So welcome back everyone. Today we're going to talk about the bubbler. So this is my original design back here, and I'll show you what's so important about it, how it works. If you notice, the top here is this is the blast chamber. This is where the oxyhydrogen flashback comes back into here. But the way this one works is it comes in through the bottom. You see, the gas on here comes from these reactors over here. It goes in the bottom, and then it comes out the top. And the way I did that in this one, there's a rod inside there. See it inside the middle? And the hose goes all the way up to the top. It's right here near the flash port. There's a little hose that goes all the way down to the bottom. And that's how I did that. That's, the reason I do that is so I don't have any hoses hanging out the top like this. See, I'm going to build a reactor over here, but I'm going to build a bubbler this time, and its specific job. Why don't you get a good look at it here? So this one's going to be used for hydrogen and oxyhydrogen gas, so it can cover both. There's not going to be any threaded areas on this one. See, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. See, I use this magic lube and this thread tape. I want to try to get away from that as much as I can. Now this reactor over here, it's very versatile. I can do a lot of things with it. It makes oxyhydrogen gas and it's a bubbler. And you can see I'm just using it as a bubbler right now. I have a fish bubbler hooked up to these two just so you guys could see them running. But this is what it would look like if I had oxyhydrogen gas going through there. But that's how I did that. So that way there's no hoses hanging off the table, hanging off the top of this reactor. There's no hoses. I do that with these because they're at table level and they go that way. So it's a little different each one I build. Like I said, you have to build it to the job at hand. If you look at this smaller one over here, the mini Behemoth, you can see on the top it's very simple. You know, the gas comes up and it comes right off the top here, goes directly into the blast chamber. That's if you have a flashback. This captures your flashback. So I got everything on the table here. This is a very simple video I wanted to put together to cover the bubbler. It's probably one of the most important pieces to HHO gas is the bubbler. Just something to think about. There's a really good book back here if you ever want to read this book. Your Atomic Self. The Invisible Elements That Connect You to Everything Else in the Universe. It's written by Kurt Stager. So it really teaches you a lot about the atoms and how we're connected to them. Everything in your life, everything you've ever loved or hated are connected to those atoms and those molecules and that table of elements. So we're just gonna cover some different stuff today. I'm gonna slap this video together, show some pictures. But the bubbler is super important. It's probably one of the most important things when working with hydrogen gas or HHO. Think of it, it's like a diode. This thing's like a diode. This thing isn't even put together right here. I just have it standing up like this because I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you before I put it together what's actually inside this thing and how simple it really was. I mean, there's all the parts right there on the table. See, there's the diffuser that goes in the bottom. See, this goes on the other side of that. This inside there, you know, keeps the bubbles very uniform when they come up through the middle like this. Okay? So the one in the back there is a little more complicated. It just takes me a little longer to build it. It's very simple. The two ports are in the front there, the in and the out. The gas goes in and it has a diffuser down there just like this one. Then the gas goes up, and if you have a flashback, it's captured up here at this part of the reactor, and there's your flash port. But that's how I did that. That's how I keep the hoses down on the table. Keeps the workplace nice and clean. The gas comes out the top right here. See the little hose? So different design, different setup. I'm going to do it different with this. It's going to be simple. It's going to be like these over here. There won't be any threaded area, so I won't have to use any thread tape. You know, they all have advantages and disadvantages depending on how you build it. You know, I need this one to be real solid because I'm building a Hoffman apparatus. I'm building a really huge Hoffman, and what it does is it separates the oxygen and the hydrogen. And I need a bubbler like this that's really tall, that has a really huge column right here, because the gas can jump bubble to bubble for a little ways, and then it stops about right here if it was coming through there really fast. So they have limits too when you build these things, you know, how fast you run them. See, that's kind of perfect for this one right here. See, it can't jump bubble to bubble and go backwards, you know. The gas can't do that. So it has a lot how you do these diffusers too. But there's my JB Quick, my cement. There's the lighting system for the inside. So this goes on the top right here. See, I'll drill this out and I'll put that in there. I'll hammer that in there with some JB weld. I'll make sure it's in there very solid. It'll be just like that. Simple yet advanced technology. So the bubbler can be very simple. And there's really nothing to this. You can see how the inside, I got my light in there. See, I was just showing you guys this before I put it together. See, there's all my quenching technology. See, that's what's in the top. You gotta have that. That keeps you from having to wear earmuffs all the time when you're doing stuff. Earplugs, earmuffs. When you have really good quenching technology like this, it's very quiet when you have a flashback. So I just wanted to show some of the parts of this thing before I stick it together. Not exactly sure how I was going to put it together, so I was just testing it and fooling around with it. And you see I have that reactor running off a 9-volt battery. Look at that. So it takes 9 and 12 volts to turn these on. You can turn them on. They were designed to run 9 and 12 volts. You can run these big behemoths right here anywhere between 10 volts, 24 volts. That's what they were designed to do. So I have a 12-volt power supply hooked up to this one. It's not hooked up running right now. But you can use this design very many different ways, depending on how you want to design your bubbler. So I'll just add this quick video to it. Like I said, I'm making a little series of these. You know, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right?